Good afternoon. I'm Pauline Pearce, aka Hackney Heroine. I'm rather upset today. I woke up to a phone call about 7:30, 7:30 this morning. A dear friend of mine saying, "Have you seen the news?" So I said, "Well, what's happening on the news?" She said, "Rotherham, they've got problems, political problems." And I said, "Such as what?" So she said to me, "They've taken away some children from the parents who are members of UKip. And to what we understand, these children are BEM children, black ethnic minority children." This got my goat. So I jumped up, as early as it was, turned on the radio, turned on the TV, got all the channels going, and everyone is in uproar. The whole of Parliament, every political party are in uproar. But are they in uproar for the right reason? And this is why we decided to do an extra show of Peace Place this afternoon. It's only a little snippet today, but it was just for me to put another view across, because as always, a lot of the time media focus on one side of the story, the side that they more go for, and that's the side that gets portrayed the most. I've listened to about 3 radio debates today where one case, not even in one case, in a few cases, where certain people had rung in and were giving their view on a racist issue, which it is kind of based on a race history, that why these children were taken away. And the race issue is UKip, from what I understand, is a party that is an extremist party. And this extremist party is a party that kind of followed on from the National Front. So we're led to understand. Sadly, we're being told today, well, not sadly, it's good news if it be true, but not being clued up on all UKip policies. It's hard to debate whether they're telling fact or fiction. Because right now, the UKip people that are ringing in on these radio stations and talking on the TV, we're not at all racist. Well, if you're not racist, why did this become an issue? Because everyone, and most, I would say, excuse me, I speak for about 90% of black people in Britain that believe you are racist. So if you're not racist, why are we believing you are racist? So you need to do something within your party to sort it out, so that people understand you're not racist, that people understand that you're not a follow-on or a slightly more cunning version of BNP or whatever it is. We don't know, so tell us. Because right now, my fight is in favour of that social worker that took those children away. I can't see how big grown MPs are out there saying she's wrong, the children are well cared for. Okay, let's go there. The children are well cared for. That's good. They're not beaten, they're being fed, they're going to school, loving family, all very good. But what are they feeding into these children's minds? That is my question. Psychologically and mentally, what effects are there going to come? What repercurrence, what outcome, however you look at it, what is going to come of these children in 20 years' time from now? Because they've been raised in a family that have certain extremist beliefs or follows certain extremist views and policies. To me, that is reason enough to remove a child from there. Then let's go down the other road. People are saying, oh gosh, it's disgusting. How can we, how can we do so much vetting for fostering? Because now we're vetting on what a person's political beliefs are. If those political beliefs prove to be extremist beliefs that can be harmful in some form or manner, in some line down the road, we have got a right to do something. We have got a right to be angry and take those children away. No, we are not vetting for people's political beliefs. I mean, Green Party, no problem. Labour, no problem. Conservative even, oh my gosh, no problem. Lib Dem, oh Lord, no problem. None of them are a problem because they're not saying get them back home, send them back on the next banana boat. They're not saying we don't like black people, or they're not saying things that, well, maybe a bit more hidden than BNP, I would say. And I hate to keep using that name on this channel, but it needs to be done. We need to address it. I'm the woman who speaks my mind, and I couldn't sit back and listen to all of this gumph and babbledygook, because right now it is gobbledygook, because people feel that they need to say the right thing. They feel like they're walking on eggshells. They're frightened to open up and say, this was a right decision. Whether Labour or not, I don't care what party this woman, this social worker belongs to. I don't care what party is running Rotherham. It's just fact. Deal with it. Prevention is better than cure. This is something we know. So why wait for 20 years? We're no further, we're no better than the Jimmy Savile scenario, which brings us back to the whole system. Is it working? Isn't it working? Why is it going in favour of some and against some? In that case, let's give back the children to all those parents that have been accused of beating their children unfairly, when in fact they might have given them a smack on the bottom and social services have got involved. There are so many stories like that out there. Social services have been too intrusive in people's lives because children have now got such powers that they can pick up the phone and frighten their parents. I'm going to tell them that you hit me. It happens. And the sooner that society accepts that these things happen, the better. Because we didn't accept that Jimmy Savile, a man who was making so much money, who was such a prestigious person out there in our London community, a good upstanding citizen for Britain, he even got tagged, got little labels hanging off of him. I get looked down on because I went to jail once. But I turned my life around, even before Hackney Heroine scenario. But this Jimmy Savile, bro, was doing this for years and years and years. People reporting him, investigations ignored. You failed so many children. Society failed all those children who are in their 30 to 40 to 50 plus years old now. Society failed them. Are we going to fail these BEM children again? They've already been rejected by their own families. They've been put into foster care. They've been knocked from pillar to post probably, tried out with this foster parent, that foster parent. I appreciate if they are good for parents, and UKip can say to me, Pauline Pearce, we are not a racist party, and they can show me that they've got at least a few black faces wafting around their party, then I will say, I apologise. I will eat my words. But until such time, I stand firm by what I see and what I believe. It's wrong. WRONG. It's wrong for these people to have ethnic minority children in their care. We don't know what they're poisoning their minds with. That's like sending them off to Hitler. If you're saying we're choosing between parties and deciding on who we give rights to be foster parents, you're saying we can't choose because of a person's party. That's like saying, all right, let's give 10 children to the paedophile down the road, because he's got a right to foster as well. That's like saying, let's give them to that man who's just come out of jail 20 years for murdering children, because he's got a right to be a foster parent as well. Come on, people, let's get real. We know it's not all about the physical harm it can do or the physical damage it can do. It's also about the mental and psychological effects that it has on these children for years. We don't know what their teachings are or preachings are in the home. And on that note, I hope you can understand what point I'm coming from. I'm not even saying because they're white. I'm not even going down that road. So I know there's some of you that will scrutinize what I'm saying and go down that road. I'm not going down that road of the fact that they are white people. I'm not opposed to that. A good home is a good home. But what I'm concerned about is the teachings within that home that can do just as much damage as picking up and brandishing a belt or a stick and hitting a child. With that, people, I say love, 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 and more love. Over and out.